Welcome everybody back to another episode of my Hungarian Let's Play, where we just finished a war, separate piecing Brabant, which has now brought him back into the Empire. Separate piecing Mecklenburg, which we just enforced religion on him. That's one more Catholic. Hopefully, that he remains Catholic. It looks like the religious modifier to not being able to convert this has disappeared. And yeah, these centers of Reformation, there's only 2 of them left, and they're converting fairly slowly. So if it doesn't hit his capital, he might just remain Catholic. And we just handed a bunch of core back to the Teutonic Order, so he should be nice and stable, and there's no excuse, as we can see, for him not to convert it up. So he should be fine. Even if one of these hit his provinces, he's good. He's now a perma-Catholic as far as I'm concerned. And more importantly, weakening Prussia while he expands outside of the Empire, i.e. more land for us to inherit. I'm weakening him, doing my best to weaken him, so that he will actually accept the revoke. And now the final phase of this war is where we're trying to funnel all of our troops, and many troops we have at that, I just called them Bohemia, into this war against the Ottomans. And we just renewed 4 loans. Oh my goodness, this is stressing me out. We actually are extremely poor, and it's the most depressing aspect of this run. We've got like what, 7? 8. We've got 8 loans, but I also have some corruption, and we're losing a ton of money. Stressing me out. We need more wealth from our economy. Oh man, I cannot wait until the league actually disappears, come to think of things. Because when it disappears, it won't be soon, it won't be too much later. I mean, there'll be a light at the end of the tunnel, let's put it that way. If we revoke, we will be so rich. Alrighty, how many military leaders do I have? 3. Okay. Trying to get some good siege generals on our stacks, so we can go siege up some of these provinces while we go around. Oh, France is going in on Corfu. Wow, France is way stronger than the Ottomans by the looks of things. Nice. And hoping that winning some of these battles can give us some of the war score back. My plan of stabilizing my country up a bit so to fight this war did work out well, though. No signs of any 80% rebels. Got 60% Polish, and that's nice. Almost entirely stable. I don't know where this province is. Polsk. There. Alrighty. -1 to rolls. Really? I didn't realize that was a woods province. My bad. Look at us just flood them, man. So many troops. Awesome. Rough battle there against the Ottomans. I'm going to consolidate. The only reason I built any troops at all was because I was worried about the Liberty Desire. But we're doing well on the Russian Liberty Desire. And by well, I mean we're under, and that's what counts. But consolidating is helping out our economy, not so bad. Alrighty, the age of absolutionism, guys. So finally, we have absolutionism, and thanks to aristocratic, it's creeping up a little bit faster, which is very good. So our max absolutionism is 82. Alrighty. Oh wow, we actually haven't completed any of these. I'm not too familiar with the later ages. So when the religious war, I wonder if this counts. It says religious war, right? I wonder if just letting it time out and Catholic is the the faith. I wonder if that would give us that, or you actually have to fight the war. That's not perfectly clear. Emperor of China we'll never get. Absolutionism must be 90. We'll get that, but it'll take a long time. Well, hang on. Not if our max absolutionism is 82. 3 trading companies. Okay. That's with 2 colonies, we could probably get that. Multiple universities, we could probably get that, but it would help if we had some damn money. Potential for a large army, we'll get that in time. Dude, these are hard. Multicultural nation. Have 5 different cultural groups promoted. So I need 1 cultural group slot. Wow, we don't have any of those, and none of them are necessarily inherently going to happen. I really do hope that we win the League War with the method I'm doing, which is I'm kind of allowing it to just time out. Because he's the one that has to declare on me, right? If I declare on him, I don't get any of my Catholic members. Hey, speaking of which, Lithuania joined the Catholic League, even though like we kind of ravaged him and he hates me, or I would expect him to hate me. That's interesting. Now, France has a big navy. I wonder if we can kind of coax him to come around here and aid us in the strait with our pathetic navy. No, he's wandering off. Maybe I have to go down through the mountains here. Wait. He's letting me cross over now? Say what? No. No, he blocked me. Okay. Interesting. And he's coming back here. We have to raise war taxes. Really? That's the way to go. I'm trying to hide my navy from the gigantic Ottoman navy and walk across if possible. Alright. Luckily the AI is not as smart as a player is when it comes to letting you walk across the strait, because I'd have a hard time myself getting across there. Although, to be fair, if the AI was really smart, then France would come help us out, eh? Because we actually have superior navy on our side. My admin's getting a little bit uncomfortably high. We should be spending it a little bit more efficiently. So I feel like I need the war reparations, but maybe that's a bad move. Spend as much on coring as I can. We're going to get some war... some power projection rather, which is nice from this war. Truce is up with Morocco. That's a really easy place to get some, to spend some admin on coring. And if I take this province, which is his capital, it's worth a lot of war score. It will increase the amount of trade that we pull out, to be honest, which will help us. Wow, what's this? End of the Black Army. Wow, okay. I've never played Hungary, as you can tell, guys, into the late game. That's a shame. That's a shame. This costed us a lot of money, and I feel like we never got to really capitalize on the what it does, really. It was just the army tradition, which was beautiful. But by the looks of things, we gained 20 army tradition from this, which means our army tradition will be capped. In that case, I'm going to let it time out, because our army tradition decays a bit over time. I don't know how I feel like about that. Honestly, it's nice. The army tradition is nice. Our army tradition has been quite high throughout the course of the game, but feeling a bit overrated to me. Hungary is not... It doesn't help, guys, that we're just going so ham-bone crazy. We could have recovered our economy much more easily if we played sort of more defensive or whatever, if we weren't going so crazy. But Hungary, typically, I mean, what I'm trying to say is if we focused on our economy purely rather than expanding like crazy, like overextension weakens your economy, for example. Our economy could have been much better, but Hungary isn't known for being wealthy compared to other nations. Like, for example, Venice. He's just not a wealthy nation, right? So it seems a little bit strange to me. Like, the Black Army is not that well suited. And I was looking forward to taking advantage of it in the late stage of the game. But apparently it just times out at a date here. But boy, does it give us some nice rewards when it does time out, including some military points. Very nice. We have 100 army tradition. Let's help France at sea here. Fight this fool with our little pathetic navy. And luckily we are getting quite some war score in this war. So we're going to be able to take some land. It's good. Mostly from sieges. I noticed a lot of rebels here, but the Ottomans did pull back and take them out. I was wondering if the Mamluks would defect. That would be really cool. But it doesn't seem to be the case. I wonder if I lost some units here. Nope, not really. Alrighty, he's low enthusiasm. That looks pretty good to me. We're going to beat him here. Why don't we see if we can take this really quick? Aha! Very nice. Does it equate to anything, though? Not really, huh? No, not really. One fort like that isn't really worth much at all. I doubt we'll see any of this money. It was over 100. Life's rough, man. I'm telling you. Life's rough. Flanders is on the map. Hoping that somebody just kills them, like Hainaut just kills them right now, and that's inside the Empire. Whew. This is feeling rough, man. It's feeling rough to me. Let's go spend our admin out of Morocco here. I'm trying to think, like, how are we ever going to pull ahead of our debt? Because it's starting to become a bit of a limitation. Like, if I take out more corruption and pay off some of the interest, that's something to keep in mind, but jeez, man, I don't know. I'm going to declare on Timbuktu. He's been sitting there for quite some time. He might have accumulated some money. Yeah, the way that I look at things is we've been in a very similar spot. We were slightly pulling ahead in terms of the economy, guys, until I embraced the Institute Global Trade. So the way I look at things is we just keep doing what we're doing, and one of the things that's going to actually pull our economy ahead is going to be this colonial region. Looking forward to that, but I think we just keep on going. It's been a massive amount of inflation, like, throughout the course of time. It's costed us a lot, but yeah, especially if we have an inflation reduction advisor and the Pope jammed, we've done a really good job, like, keeping that down. So yeah, got some Sunni zealots gonna spawn. That's not good, dude. Where exactly are they? Oh, that's up here. Don't know where the other one is, but I assume it's down here, right? Okay, it's almost finished converting though. Let's hope that we can. Nice, very good. I won't begin converting in other Sunni provinces because it's going to raise the unrest. It's just here, so let's hope we can get there in time. It's one province. It's not that likely to spawn. If it does, it's not the end of the world. Alrighty, and my spy network's doing quite well in Lithuania, so we can claim up a bunch out here. And we've got plenty of opportunities to declare wars. I just want them to be decisive here to gobble up our admin before we get capped out. With this new ruler, we're getting 12 per month. Power projection's doing okay, 65. I feel like things are going well. Look at that, he converted it up just like that, no big deal. So the question is, like, how else can we weaken Prussia? Returning core, that's quite some more damage, I think. He looks not so formidable to me nowadays. I can do a cleansing of the heresy on this guy and force religion on him by the looks of things, but he's allied to France, so we'd have to deal with that first. Are we being voted for? We are totally, but is it on lockdown? Trier's voting, Mainz is voting, Cologne's voting. It is pretty much on lockdown. Yes, it is, indeed. Alrighty. This game is stressing me out, though. There's no doubt about that. I wish it wasn't the case. I hope that as time goes on and we manage to get on top of our economy, hopefully. Oh, I know where this is. This is Italy. Then I will feel more chilled out and relaxed. Alright, we'll just take some unrest there. That province is pretty damn stable. I know what to do here with influencer. You seem to have to quarantine nowadays. No, 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 Russia. No, 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 no. This guy is so mad. It's just the relative power. God damn it, Russia. How does our army composition look? Meh. Hire some infantry. I have to pause instantly, guys, when I see that, because that will ruin the whole game. I mean, the thing is, it probably won't. We could probably just get away with him having some liberty desire, but it has the potential to. And, yeah, no thank you. Oh, wow, we actually made it here in time. Brilliant. Okay, let's get these guys back to converting. Okay, so we are a little bit overextended, but we're going to overextend ourselves more, dude. Ah, jeez. Yeah. We just, I'm trying to operate on few troops to help our economy, and it's just not the way to go. Russia just thinks we're too much of a pansy, you know? Maybe we are too much of a pansy, but we're a poor pansy. When you're poor, you got to be a little bit of a pansy, do you know what I mean? Wow, life's rough, man. Life's rough. Let's quickly just spend some of my admin here before we get capped on Morocco to put me at ease. Last colony, guys, we're getting there. And we'll have a little subject, which, well, I say little, I mean, he's fairly decent development, you know what I mean? And I know that the highest development, surprisingly, like each island is a little bit higher than like each portion of these big islands, like Jamaica, etc. These are pretty much all 10. So that's what I'm going to focus on, is the 10 development provinces. And get that Cuba, or whoever he is, West Indies rather, as big as fast as I can. Get him big as fast as I can. The trade, if these modifiers go away for influence, adding burgers back, that's something that will increase our economy a little bit as well. And perhaps Aragon has some money to steal. Yeah, dude, screw it. We need more infantry. Oh, this sucks. This sucks, because I'm going to overextend. We've got everything going. We've got a diplomatic advisor. I bet our modifier, we had a modifier from a mission. I bet that has disappeared. Ah, but I'm doing what I can, man. Dude, he's gaining more and more and more desire. Oh my goodness. It's like we just have to keep the support loyalist jammed at this stage. That might be the case. If I'm going to keep it jammed... Oh, now it's down again all of a sudden. What the hell? It fluctuates a lot. If we're going to keep it down, the support loyalist, if we're going to keep it jammed, then... God dang it. That's another 50 admin. That's quite upsetting. What is your tech? He's the same tech as me, eh? Let's make sure we outnumber him here. I was about to engage him in the Highlands. Our general's much better than him. I was going to say that I'll stop recruiting if we're just going to keep it jammed, but all of a sudden we seem to, recruiting these troops seem to have done the trick for now. I feel like when we overextend, it's not going to be the case though, right? How are we doing on coring? We're almost there. So let's have a look. I think that if we can take his coast, there's no way we can take his whole coast. Yeah, he's got up there as well. I was going to say he's going to stop pirating us. But I think focusing on Sevilla is the way to go. That looks pretty good to me. We'll now gain a bunch of influence in Sevilla, which we can pull to Genoa. And that might be the place that we want to drop one of our merchants. I'll review the trading scenario a little bit during the break. But I think that looks good. Busting into the Iberian Peninsula. And then if we take a war against Aragon here afterwards, we're going to have even more of the Iberian Peninsula. Alrighty. This is a nice mission. Oh, thank goodness. So trade has increased a little bit. Very nice. Usually when I do the Austria fully commit to the Empire strategy, which means we would already have revoked. I'm talking about past patches, previous patches. I am very poor when I do that. I'm very, very poor. Part of it is you remain a duchy and you don't have enough estates. You don't have enough territories stated up, is what I mean to say, not estates. Yeah, I've been very poor, and as soon as you pass the revoke, you know, your problems are solved because of the huge amount of tributes paid by your subjects. That might be kind of a similar scenario, whether I like it or not. In this run, it seems like it's going to be very difficult to actually get ahead and actually curb the economy. Seems like that to me. It's going to be very difficult. As we're slowly just slipping further and further into debt, like we take people's money. What the... How did you ally France all of a sudden? God damn it, that sucks. The hell? That's weird. Damn it. We'll have to call France in against somebody and then attack Lithuania. Awkward. Awkward. Probably when we next attack the Ottomans, who have now allied Britain. Great. This alliance business is pissing me off a little bit. Maybe the solution is to kind of chill a little bit in Europe. We've got a lot of opportunities to expand, like West Africa. Maybe we should chill a little bit in Europe. Pretty soon, I say pretty soon, you know, it is becoming plausible that we will see the days of the empire being united. It is a thing. Going to take war reparations from Morocco. come to think about it. And I'm also going to call a session here, guys. I'm not sure if you can tell in my voice or whatever, but a little bit tired. Hopefully when I come back to this playthrough, I'll feel a little bit more... I just fucked up. That was a mistake. When does one of these modifiers leave here? Not for ages. That was a mistake. I done messed it up, guys. I done messed it up. Okay, let's remove from Ragusa. We've got so many modifiers. Let's remove from Naples. Jeez. It's apparently good for now. That actually wasn't that much of a mistake. We just lost some influence in Genoa there, which will, you know, have a lovely effect on our economy, which is... Oh, great. Dude, this is tilting me. This is tilting me. I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. I've had... It almost seems like a bug, guys. I've had, in one of my playthroughs, it didn't happen. I've had, the influenza spreading, it just keeps popping up, like, back to back to back to back. And I thought... It's just objectively stupid to take this when you weigh up these two. And I thought that they had adapted it so that, what you need to do is take this, like, quarantine it so that it stops happening, it stops spreading. But I've gotten 3 of these in this one episode, if I am not mistaken. And it's costed me 100 admin so far, and this is going to be 150. I've been paying attention to where it is, though. It's not in the same region. From my experience, it is in the same region when it keeps spamming it, and that's what, like, compelled me to quarantine. So with that in mind, maybe we're just being unlucky. Maybe it's legit. Maybe it's legit. This is so stressful, guys. Apparently I need a fort over here to be able to piece this guy out. Okay, Russia, do you want to be a homie? And in that case, I'm just gonna take stuff. Well, no, it would be nice not to depend on my navy. No, I'm gonna continue this war as you do. Siege up Granada. Yeah, guys, the stress is real. That's all I'm trying to say. Okay, this Bohemia inherits the Palatinate. Oh my goodness, he's so big. Well, we get to appoint another elector. He's so big and strong, guys. Uh-oh. Let's do Milan. That's a good elector. There's no way he won't vote for us. He's a Catholic. Yeah. Got him. Don't even... We could free up our relation slots there. That's something to consider. I could free up our relation slots with an elector. I'm really nervous, guys, about whether Bohemia will pass the revoke as well. The guy's so big. Okay, just waiting on Granada to finish sieging. There it is. And we're finally done. Phew. I need to take a break, guys, and I need to make sure, like, I'm not making mistakes. This is really important to me, that I do my best. Nice. I like that peace offer, though. We got access, boom, into the Iberian Peninsula. Okay, we don't have to worry about our admin for a little while here. Phew. Let's go deal with the rebels, chill out a little bit, lose a bunch of money, Thank goodness Russia's okay while we're overextended. We're going to lose a bunch of money because I got to turn my corruption routage up. Brutal, dude. Brutal. Brutal, 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 brutal. But we are conquering the world, boys. We're expanding at a fairly good rate. Soon, I'm going to be able to integrate Russia. Actually, next year, it looks like it. And yeah, that's a good source of spending our Diplo. We're doing fine on Diplo. If I ticked up now, just like this, for -5, would be far ahead. It'll be really interesting if we can just integrate him. That will be a real light at the end of the tunnel, in terms of we'll no longer have to worry about Liberty Desire, and we can operate on as few troops as we like. This Empire situation's got me worried though, man. Bohemia is a total beast. He better pass the revoke, and the same goes for Prussia, who is much less of a beast, but he's heretical. Either way, guys, we can PU Sweden later on in the game, and that will be pretty cool. That's something I'll look at after Bohemia. We'll feed the crap out of him and integrate him as well. We've got plenty of time left in this game. Once we do revoke, we're going to have massive influence over all of Europe. I'm hoping to take easy pickings all the way down Africa. There's a lot of core to be had here in West Africa. But yeah, hopefully with 1 or 2 more wars against the Ottomans, if we don't mess around so much, they can be much more clean and decisive. And I can push out to this region and get other things going as well. I hope you guys are enjoying. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to end one of my sessions here and take a little bit of a break, relax. And I'll have a muse about our economy. Maybe I should just develop our gold mine, even though, yeah, I mean, that affects our inflation as well. I'll have a think about it. But thanks for being here, guys. Peace out.